Hello, and welcome back to the Bright Moons Yoga channel. Today's class is a restorative yoga practice. This is a gentle and restful practice that you can even do from your bed as a way to wind down in the evening. You don't need any props today, but if you have a couple of blankets or pillows nearby, those can be nice to offer some extra support in our practice today. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoy this practice. When you're ready, make your way onto your back. This can be on a comfortable surface, like your bed, and start by drawing your knees in towards your chest. Close your eyes if you'd like. You can also hold underneath your legs. Maybe rock gently side to side. And as you inhale in, feel your belly expanding outwards. And as you exhale out, feel your belly dropping back down as your navel draws back towards your spine. Maybe inhale for a count of 3 in. And exhale, maybe out through your mouth. Coming to find some stillness. Keep focusing on your breath if you find that helps you. Feel free to also let go of that focus. And on your next inhale, take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, release your feet back down to the mat. And then we'll come into a reclined twist next. And this is where it might be handy to use those blankets or pillows if you would like and you have them nearby. Start by taking your arms out in a T. Shift your hips over to the right about 1 inch or so. And then draw both knees in a little bit and let them fall over to the left. And then resituate. Once you get there, maybe you take your knees farther away from your body. Maybe you bring them closer to your body. If you'd like, you can take a blanket or pillow either between your knees or underneath both knees to provide some extra cushion and lift. You can try scooting your feet back down the mat, taking your knees away from your body, and also placing support underneath your knees, and maybe both underneath your knees and between your knees. You can look whichever way is comfortable. That might be to the left, that might be to the ceiling. Last option here, you can place a blanket or pillow underneath your right shoulder if your right shoulder doesn't quite reach the mat. So taking some time to get comfortable here. Maybe you cover up with a blanket, close your eyes if you'd like, and then settle into the pose for about another minute. If it gets uncomfortable, feel free to come out sooner. Otherwise, I'll let you know when it's time for us to move again. Inhale in and exhale out. Taking your hands underneath your knees, gently guide them back up to center and bring your hips back to center as well. And take a moment here in the center to check in with how you're feeling and come back to your breath. Taking a nice deep inhale in and out. And we'll take the other side. This time, shifting your hips to the left an inch or so. Drawing both knees up and letting them gently fall over to the right this time. If you'd like some extra support here, maybe place a blanket underneath both knees or between your knees. Also optional to place a blanket underneath your left shoulder if you find that your left shoulder is up off the mat. Maybe cover up with a blanket. Take some time to find out what's most comfortable and supportive for you, and settle into the pose, taking a deep breath in and out. And we'll be here for about another minute. Inhale in, exhale out. Gently bring your knees back up to center, moving your props off to the side, and pausing for a moment, noticing how you feel, both physically and mentally, and taking a breath in and out. Next, we'll come into reclined cobbler's pose. And this is another one where you don't need props, but the support can be nice. So to start, bring the soles of your feet together and let your knees fall open to each side. Feel free to scoot your feet farther out from your body or bring them closer in, whatever feels most comfortable on your knees. It can be nice here to take a couple of blankets or even some blocks if you have them nearby as support underneath your knees. So if you feel like it's a little too much pressure on the knees to kind of hang out here without support, feel free to place a blanket, pillow, or block underneath your knees. Something else that can be nice in reclined restorative poses are taking a folded up blanket over your torso and kind of tucking yourself in. And that gentle weight can help with feeling maybe a little more grounded and relaxed. You can also take support under your head, like a rolled up blanket underneath your head and your neck, or a pillow. You can take your hands by your side or bring them to your belly Let the gentle movement of your hands with the rise and fall of your breath help draw your attention back to your breath. As you inhale, feel your hands gently rising up. And as you exhale, feel them gently falling back down. We'll be here for another minute or so, taking the time to get comfortable. Again, if it gets too uncomfortable, especially on the knees, feel free to come out of this pose sooner. Inhale in and exhale out. Taking your hands underneath your knees, gently lift your legs back up to center. Moving your props back off to the side. And then lastly, we'll come into Shavasana. And again, you don't need props for this, but if you have some nearby, they can be nice. You might keep your feet on the mat. I like wider than hip width, and let them fall inwards towards each other. Your hands can rest by your side, palms face up or down, whatever feels more comfortable. You can also stretch your legs out long. If this feels okay on your low back, maybe take your legs about hip width apart or even wider. I like to let the feet fall open outwards. You can also take a pillow or rolled up blanket underneath your knees or the upper thighs. You can take a rolled up blanket or pillow to support your head and neck. Maybe cover up with a blanket, or taking your folded up blanket for over your torso. And then once you're comfortable, close your eyes, take a deep breath in and out. We'll be here for another minute or two. Feel free to stay here longer. Otherwise, I'll let you know when it's time for us to finish up our practice together. Feel free to stay here longer in Shavasana. If you're ready to finish your practice, start with a deep breath in and out. Bring some gentle movement back to your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes, moving your arms and your legs, maybe taking a full body stretch. Feel free to stay here. You can also make your way up to a comfortable seat. Maybe start by rolling to one side and then pausing here for as long as you need. For nice and slowly pressing up to a comfortable seat. You might rest your hands on your legs and close your eyes. You might sit up on a pillow, folded blanket, or yoga block if this is uncomfortable. And wherever you're at, check in with how you're feeling. How are you feeling physically and mentally? And noticing any changes from the start of your practice. Feel free to stay here longer, sitting in the silence and afterglow of our practice. When you're ready, take a deep breath in and out, and blink your eyes back open. Thank you again for joining me today and sharing your practice. I hope you enjoyed and found this restful and relaxing. If you'd like to take a little more time for your practice, feel free to check out this restorative yoga class. Take care and have a great rest of your day.